Hi guys, slightly different video today for you. Today we're going to look at how you can explore the different objects available to you in the .NET library. So to start with, we'll obviously launch Visual Studio, create a new project. We're going to say console app, .NET Framework, C#. We're going to call this exploring .NET. We're not really going to do too much coding, but you do need to have a project open to follow along. So one thing we've looked at as we've gone through these videos is the IntelliSense, which is basically the drop down that comes up when you start typing. So if I start typing CONSOL, you'll see actually there's like console color, console key info. If you click on these, you get a description. Some descriptions are better than others. You can see here, these are all of the things in the framework that I've currently got access to. And I can just click on them and get some information about them. So that's really helpful when you're trying to learn about the different things that are in the libraries that come with .NET. So console is something that's part of the .NET framework, and there's loads of stuff in here. You know, we've looked at strings and integers. Those are all part of the .NET framework. And if we actually just type in, say, int and press dot, you can see here there's a few functions. There's try pass, there's pass, which we've looked at, the min and max value. So believe it or not, integers only go up so high and they only go down so low. So you can look at that in here. Equals is actually a function which allows you to compare two objects together. So that's kind of like, you know, where we might do like x equals x or y or something like that. We've been using this double equals sign, but that is basically the same as int dot equals, or actually any object. So you could even say object dot equals. It's just a function. It lets you pass in two objects. So what this teaches you is that actually, if you ever want to know or explore an object that it comes with the framework, you can just start typing in an object. That's an object there, string, and then you can just put a dot on the end, and then you start to get this list of all of the functions that are publicly available on that object. So these purple ones are functions, so that you can pass in parameters and often receive results from those functions. These blue ones are fields, so that's just like a variable inside of the string object. What else we got? There's not anything else in here. But yeah, so like what I used to do when I first started was I just have a look at what was available after I press dot, you know, compare, what's that one? And, you know, concat, that looks interesting. And then you just click on it. It tells you what you just click on it. And if you look in here, it tells you what it returns, and it tells you what its parameters are, and actually overloads. That function there has 10 different sort of signatures that you can call. So one way to look at signatures, which I do all the time, say if we wanted to look at this concat function, we could open some parentheses and see how it says 1 of 11. Well, once you open the parentheses, this little box shows up and you can click through these, and actually you get a little description, and you get a description for each of the arguments that it's asking for, and you get to see what arguments it has. And as you go through, you can see all the different signatures. And essentially what a signature is it's a function with the same name, but with different parameters. So the first one just takes an object and it calls it arg0. The second one takes an array of objects. The third one takes an array of strings. The fourth one takes an enumerable of string, which is just like another type of array, basically. But what you'll find is loads of the core framework objects have lots of functions, and those functions have lots of overrides, so you can use them in different ways with different types of data. So what I would do if I was you is I would look at ints, because you'll be using these all the time when you really get going. Strings are really important. But really anything, if you can find an object, or if you can type some code and find anything like, There's tons of stuff in here. Stack. What's in Stack? Let's have a look. There's not very much in Stack, but you can basically type in and then go through the list and kind of learn about all the different functions and properties and fields that are available on different objects. And then you can use that to start really, really exploring all of the different sort of free code which Microsoft gives you as part of the .NET framework. So as always, if you have any questions on any of this, hit me up with a comment in the section below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.